on the Consumer Corner tonight, spying billboards. New York Senator Charles Schumer says they use cell phone location technology to track you, and he wants the Federal Trade Commission to take a closer look.
New spying billboards are being installed across the country, including right here in New York City, and they're being used to collect your mobile phone data. We think this kind of data is so pervasive that they ought to get your permission, even if they say they don't have your name attached to it. Who knows?
Let's talk with a friend, Whitney Boan, who's a Fox 35 legal analyst and a criminal defense attorney. Whitney, this is just downright scary. People worry that their private information on their cell phones is literally being grabbed as they're walking past billboards. How do companies get away with something like this?
Well, I don't know if they're going to get away with it in the long run, but how they're getting away with it right now is probably because it's not being talked about a lot. In terms of what they're gathering, I don't even know that it's completely clear to us at this point how much information they're getting. But when they analogize it to somebody watching TV and us keeping track of, or television stations or Nielsen or whoever having information about what television programs you're watching, this is not analogous because our lives are so intrinsically linked to our cell phones. There's so much personal information there. It's really frightening that we have these big brother billboards out there now where we could be having all our personal information gathered and not even be aware of it.
Yeah, you'll also have the argument that these surveillance cameras are everywhere, some even sanctioned by cities or counties. What's the difference between being tracked in the name of safety, I guess, by a location versus something like this, who's actually using that third-party data to get your information?
Well, the difference here is, whereas cities and counties and the federal government may have monitoring surveillance in the form of video cameras, or if you are the suspect or the investigation by a law enforcement agency, they may be able to get court orders or such to have information to your location relative to your cell phone. This is different. This is for marketing, but it's also going above and beyond just being caught in a public place where you may not have an expectation of privacy anyways on camera, to now being able to get into your personal information in your cell phone. All of us are using our cell phones in a manner that's pretty linked to every facet of our lives. Our passwords are in there for our bank accounts, conceivably, our emails, our pictures. We don't want companies to have this sort of access to this information, much less without our knowing it. And they certainly don't have any compelling interest in having it from any security standpoint if they're saying they're doing it for marketing.
Whitney, thank you for breaking that down for us.